Okay, I want to do a video on covering the uncanceled bonds. How does a bond become canceled? It doesn't become canceled because somebody fraudulently records a satisfaction of mortgage, which is there may or may not be satisfactions of mortgage on these uh, mortgages. They can't be canceled until all the funds are outstanding bonds are paid in full. Um, and I'm going to show you the improvement fund um, was sued by those and got an injunction against the state of Florida. Couldn't sell any of the land because of the waste and misappropriation by the trustees to the injury of those and others who held unpaid bonds issued by the Florida Railroad Company in conformity with the Act of 1855. The bill charged that the trustees had violated the law of their trust by misappropriating money received by them. So the federal court issued the injunction that stopped them from selling any of the land that was part of the second grant to the state of Florida under September 28th, 1850. They couldn't sell any land. So any mortgage, and in my prior video I talked about the killing off of Henry Flagler. Henry Flagler's lawyer 5 months later after that, and I guess by the time they located him in Maine, killed him off. This was prior to the first mortgages being due. Henry Flagler controlled the JTKW, uh, according to the records. So there might be a satisfaction of mortgage recorded, but that's until all the bonds are paid. That cancellation is nothing but fraudulent garbage. The state of Florida has already um, proven that that's what they'll do. Now, when a bond is paid, it gets stamped out. In this one, let's see if I can see it. It says canceled. Um, Canceled. There, you can see it. Canceled. This is how railroad bonds and shares get uh, canceled. Now, by doing this, I opened up a rabbit hole. Okay, because here is Booth Land Corporation. This was a record that I had forgotten. I had found um, articles of merger. Okay, this is the Booth Land Corporation into Trout Creek Properties, and this was done in 1996. Um, and these are the clowns that are claiming to own the property. Now I own 1,000 shares. I'm not sure if this is um, the Booth Mining Corporation, if it's the same clowns or what. Um, but I own shares of that. But what I was when the railroad went into receivership, there was a few receivers. Like I said, that receiver and the receivers all put in they drew or floated loans. The receiver takes control of the entire company, and there's no doubting the authenticity of this. It's self-authenticating. This is an envelope. It's date stamped. You just can't get any more authentic than that. And there's something, I can't even read this, but my great-great-grandfather was John Daniel. I think he also went by John W. John Williams. Back then, and I'm pretty sure he had multiple wives. And this was before all the identity stuff. But this is dated, this is New York, 17th December 1884. I'm not sure what this says. But it's from the law offices of whatever that is. And Dear John, I don't even know what the hell it says. But the receiver, I don't want to keep handling this too much because it keeps getting the receiver's notes take priority over everything because they took the position of the first share bonds. So there's tons of case law about that, about the priority of that the receivers have priority over all of these outstanding debts. There would have to be all of these would have to be paid off in full for title to transfer. That's the law, land of the law, law of the land, land of the law. But let's see. Yeah, these are all enclosed here. And there's one from the Mercantile Trust Bank, 1892. That would be about the time that they went into receivership. And on Mason Young's letterhead, 1892. But the fact that one of these, even one of these bonds being due and outstanding, prevents the title from passing. But they're simply not canceled. That's just not how the railroad mortgage is. And what is my knowledge on railroads based on? Well, it's pretty extensive. It's based on the development of railway land subsidy policy of the United States. But I have a whole bunch of, all kinds of stuff that was either part of my granddad's estate that, passed down by possession. That's the other thing that's important here, is that these notes, they pass by possession. They are transferred by possession. They're bearer in nature, and they transfer by possession. And title to the property can't pass until they're all paid in full. And the receiver's notes takes priority over all of it. I have all kinds of, I don't even know what half of this stuff is. It's just so much of it. But this is an important document here, Articles of Merger, that I, thank God I took a copy of it. I don't know what division of corporations. Okay, so this has got to be Florida. And allegedly Booth Land Corporation, Florida Corporation, Let's see what else I got in here. I mean, I have railway company. Oh, this is something I've got recorded. I forgot about all of this. I have phosphate, loads of phosphate bonds, fluoride. We're living in the fluoride state. Can you believe that? These are the uncanceled phosphate. I would be curious to see what those are worth. The unpaid. We're living in the state of fluoride. Now that makes a lot of sense. I've got in Pandora's box here. Florida State. Oh, that's an old subpoena for my accident injury. But anyways, so there's a video on that. There's the suit, another suit, and this is all in that abstract of title. But yeah, no, any recorded satisfaction of mortgage is going to be fraudulent, and the evidence is the uncanceled due and outstanding bonds that whoever they're transferred by possession. So I'm gonna cut that long.